Hello guys, welcome again to other weekly video about Bitcoin. And this video we are going to talk about weekly charts and macro timeframes because we have other weekly close. Also, what is my projection for this week? Well, we will have the monthly close very soon in just 1 week, so we need to be ready what is going to happen. So with this, I think this video and the next one in the macro timeframes almost they are the same, but we will know what is going to happen for December. December I think is not going to be something like many are expecting. Well, let me explain. Okay, first of all, let's talk about with weekly chart for Bitcoin. Well, as you can see here in OBB is trending to the downside, as you can see here. Yep, there is no buy signal and it's not going to be in actually many months, maybe around 6 months, I guess. All this, you want to be bullish and get again Bitcoin new highs and these massive problems, you have to wait maybe 6 months or 1 year again in weekly chart. Now let's talk about the weekly close. The weekly close actually is still above the area I am the weekly area. I mean this area is the area of Bitcoin was in sideways in March and April, as you can see here, and now is in this area. Okay, breaking $66,000 will drag Bitcoin to maybe around $50,000, $48,000 I will say. That is going to be the first target, but usually we will see a bounce, yes, from there, but in the long term I'm expecting after test to 55 around $43,000. We have finally the confirmation. Of course this is the confirmation, in my personal opinion, to see well more downside actually in the incoming weeks. As you can see here, we have these bear divergences here. I talked many times about this one, and also the bear divergence we have from this point and this point, and well, all this price action here. We have not just one in OBB, we have multiple bear divergences here from this point and this point, and also here and here, right? So it's not healthy. So in weekly chart, I am not expecting new highs this year. If that happens, I will say it's gonna be worse for Bitcoin, because now the most healthy thing for Bitcoin is just in sideways and just not crashing. It's a correction in weekly chart, but I think it's gonna be very healthy for Bitcoin in the long term. Because if you see Bitcoin, for example, right now pumping again with this setup, well, the crash is going to be worse. So now we have two targets in weekly chart. I mean, maybe this week, and also I'm expecting maybe next month we will see something like this. Two targets around $48,000, $50,000, the first one, and the second one 42, 43. And let me be clear, I'm bullish on Bitcoin because the trend is your friend. As long Bitcoin is holding here, maybe for 1 month or two, I am speculating other tests to the upside. But remember, Bitcoin must enter here in sideways, like here for maybe 3 months. Here was in sideways, so that means Bitcoin potentially will consolidate here for other 3 months if that happen. You see Bitcoin breaking hard this. Well, officially we will enter in a bear market in weekly chart, and you will see, well, actually in this crash or this correction in weekly chart, we will see many coins. We can see many 90% of all the altcoins, they are crashing right now. Of course, we will see big bounces, and some of them they are crazy and they are not following Bitcoin. Yeah, you can trade them if you want. Yes, risky for me. Yes, I will not do it because, as I said, I respect my system, and my system is telling me now is not time for trading altcoins. So, and you can see we have this setup, and also the 5-day chart. The 5-day chart is path continuation. Close. Well, this is a continuation. It's gonna be. We will see this week maybe 53, same levels, 53, $50,000, and the second target 45, 46,000. As you can see here in 5-day chart, we have this area. Yeah, and the second area is $49,000, $50,000, and the last one is $40,000. I'm gonna say something, and I wanna be very clear about this. If Bitcoin, I don't know, crash very hard and break MA 55 and 5-day and weekly chart, $30,000 is not going to hold anymore. Bitcoin is going to break this level. Of course, we will see a bounce, for example. We will see something like this. But in the long term, this is going to crash. Of course, as I said, just using price action, the most obvious levels in weekly chart and 5-day chart is this area, $48,000, $58,000, and 42, 43. As I said, the trend is your friend, and always I'm going to speculate to the upside. But this time I am careful because I know weekly chart, we have bear divergences here, 5-day chart, actually all the time frames. If you don't believe me, well, let's see. 5-day chart, weekly 5-day chart, bear divergences. All the way from March to November, we have a massive one here. I will say this test to the exponential here in maybe December or January is going to be the big rejection of Bitcoin. Is going to crash here. We are going to see a big crash in this area, something like this. 2020 we have this. 2018, the last time when we saw this setup here, Bitcoin was around $6,000 and crashed from there to $3,000 in this crash. As you can see here, for first time in the history of Bitcoin, well, not second time, because the first time was in 2018, we will see this setup. We can see this setup right now happening in the next month, maybe. I will say, if I am right with this, maybe the last week of December, we will see something like this happening. As I said before, you will see how much value you have. You will see the real value of your NFTs. Well, now let's talk about 3-day chart. As you can see, well, bear divergences as well, and something very bad is happening right now in 3-day chart. We have the yellow bar. You know what that means? Well, big massive move is coming in yellow in 3-day chart. So that means the next 10 days we will see, I will say, a massive drop or massive correction following this. Maybe $48,000, maybe 43, who knows. But 3-day chart is very clear. Closing as continuation. Testing out the MA24, $57,400. I will say this is gonna break. Why? Because we have bear divergences as well. We have bear divergences in this point. All the time frames we have bear divergences here. 2-day chart, I think, is the only one that we don't have bear divergences here, to be honest. But as you can see here, 2-day chart is trending to the downside. Since April 2021 is trending to the down. I mean, OBB is in a bear market, and the price action is, well, is rising up. So that means all this move here. I will say, if I am right with this, and Bitcoin breaks 53 and comes to maybe crash to 47 or maybe 42, I will say all this structure here was just a massive bull trap in weekly chart. A failed bounce in weekly chart. Now, 1-day chart. Okay, one thing, in 2-day chart, we see check the volatility. Volatility is very low. So we have this yellow bar in November 9 on 3-day chart, actually today. So December is gonna be, I am expecting blood in the streets, to be honest. Based on this price action, yes. How I can change my bias or my technical analysis? Well, it's hard to change this. Potentially, of course, yes. But based on no probabilities on my current setup and my system, it's telling me it's time just for looking short. Of course, we will see nice bounces in the process, yes, because I am not expecting Bitcoin crash like this. But something like this, right? We will see something like this. Now, 1-day chart. What is happening in 1-day chart? Well, 1-day chart, as you can see here, is trending to the downside since actually November 8th. Around here, we had the yellow bar, and after that, big correction. I was shorting Bitcoin from $65,000. I closed around 59, and from there I was in long position from $56,500, and I closed around 59, and I was in short at $59,000, and I closed actually right now, a few minutes ago, I closed my short position. Why? Because macro time frames, they are looking for more downside, yes, but Bitcoin is gonna break right now today? I don't think so. Why? Because I want to see 4-hour volatility very low, and after that maybe I will try to I will start speculating. Maybe we'll see a massive move again. As you can see here, Bitcoin is testing the bottom of the area, like around $57,000. And also it's not good. As you can see here, we have here volatility very low, and of course the squeeze momentum is just wrecked. So Bitcoin in general is not healthy right now. Now let's talk about now the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we have this my private channel. I said, okay, this is gonna be just a test to the area of demand zone here, like the supply zone, sorry, in this case $60,000 and ME55, and after that always I'm gonna speculate in this way. As you can see here, as I said, I am not expecting a breakdown right now. No. Why? I am expecting something like this, a range. And the reason for this is because, as you can see in 4-hour chart, the OBB is still above of the MA, so that means someone, or at least there is enough volume to keep Bitcoin in this area. My next short is if I see Bitcoin, of course, bouncing here, testing the ME55 around here, and if I see the breakdown here, I will start thinking maybe I'm gonna take out a short position. That is my short-term technical analysis, of course, maybe today or tomorrow. And also, if I see Bitcoin maybe breaking down here, usually I don't do it because I am not a breakout trader. In this kind of breakdown, I don't like to play these kind of things because usually in general is bad idea. But if I see the confirmation with OBB, I will maybe take it. As you can see here, the volatility is contracting, so that means here I am expecting maybe more sideways maybe this week, maybe a few days, maybe 48 hours we will see something like this, and after that we will see the resolution of this. So in the short term, as I said before, if we will need to wait for the monitor to cross the zero line, and after we see the purple and after we see the pink, if Bitcoin didn't break this level, $56,000, I'm gonna speculate after test me to the ME55 here. Of course, as I said, I'm not going to enter in any long positions right now. I am not looking for longs. Why? Because my system is telling me in macro time frames it's time for shorts. So now the bullish scenario for this. Okay, the bullish scenario for this is simple. You see Bitcoin consolidating here for maybe all this week, or maybe at least maybe 2 weeks, all November, December, like this. Yeah, it's gonna do something like this. Like this. Yeah, a bear trap, and after that a big bounce. But in this case, I don't think so. Seriously, I don't think so. And the reason is because here we have a bullish weekly chart, and here we have a bearish weekly chart. That's why the probabilities to go to the downside are higher. As you can see here in 1-day chart, it's very obvious. The next area to start looking for longs is gonna be $48,000. So $48,000 is the key area I'm looking for. As long Bitcoin is testing is below $60,000, 5061. I am not looking for any. I mean, well, Bitcoin is using correction. That's simple. So if you are trading 1 hour because you're rushing, let me tell you something here. In 1 hour, we are gonna see very soon, maybe in the next 8 hours, we are gonna see a buy signal after test to maybe $59,000, and from there potentially we will see finally the resolution to the downside. As you can see here, even if in 1 hour we don't have bullish divergences, so any move to the upside I think is gonna be a short. Of course, I am not a financial advisor. This is just my way of trading. Okay, now let's talk about something very important, the monthly chart. The monthly chart is any close below 50, actually this level, $59,000. Bitcoin next month is gonna crash or drop to 47,000, as I said before. Sorry. And also, well, next monthly chart is gonna be $35,000. The May 24 around here. So of course this is a long term. It could be maybe months, maybe just December, January, maybe after 2 or 3 months. But let me show you something very interesting, because Bitcoin in the monthly chart is getting rejected by the top of the trending band, but it's above of the simple moving average 20, and as you can see, it's in the same level at $34,000. Usually when you see this kind of things, the price after maybe 3 or 4 months is looking for this level, as you can see here, as you can see here. Yeah, so it is happening. Maybe in the long term, we will see maybe in the next 3 or 4 months in 2022, we will see other test to this area, $48,000. And from there, we will see what is going to happen with Bitcoin if we are still in a bull market. As I said before, it's not because I am bearish, of course not. Just I am following my system, and my system is telling me this is the time to start cashing out. And as you can see here, in the next OBB is very clear with this. Bitcoin got rejected here, rejection here. We have a confirmation of divergences here in weekly chart, in monthly chart, and also we have other one here because we have a new high, $68,000, and 3 drives, 1, 2, 3 strikes, sorry, of divergences below the moving average. So I'm losing the previous low here. So the next one is gonna be this one, because there is nothing there. So I am expecting new lows, well, potential correction like this one for Bitcoin. I know many YouTubers, many traders are calling for December is gonna be Christmas, and you know, right? Santa Claus and these kind of things, and they want to become millionaires, right? In December, let's push. I am still bullish on Bitcoin. Let me be clear. Yes, the next big drop of Bitcoin, I will say, is a big buy opportunity. Yes, but it's gonna take time. And I closing below $60,000 this month in 1 week. I can say more confident, like $68,000, $69,000 was the top of this year. Yep. Of course, there are more bullish things. Let me show you here. The 3 month actually, the close, any close in January 1st below, above. Let me show you where. Here, $62,000, I will say. If Bitcoin close before January, in January 1st, 2022, above $52,000 is gonna close above the Bollinger Band in 3 month chart. So that means continuation. So that means in 3 months, Bitcoin in 3 monthly chart, Bitcoin is trending to the upside. So that's why I think $48,000, $50,000 is actually very important pivot, because if Bitcoin breaks this level, well, we will see a full rejection of this price action. And it's gonna close like this, and we will see other test to the MA55 around. In this case, 3 months is around $20,000. So if we see this rejection in January 2022, Bitcoin closing here, I will say it with more confidence, yeah. Like in the 2022, in the, at least the first 6 months, we will see other test of this level, and we will see, well, $20,000, $17,000, or even $11,000, something like this. Yeah. Well, I finished my technical analysis for Bitcoin in the long term. So what is gonna be my plan right now? Well, my plan now, I am out of the market. Because I am just trading 4-hour chart with this ABC, potentially ABC, something like this. Of course, as I said, I'm not going to enter in long position here. Why? Because now my priorities are more, the priorities to make more money now are in shorts, not in longs. So I will wait for the other bounce, potentially here, maybe tomorrow to 59, 58, I don't know, something like this. In the short term, how are we gonna be very bullish on Bitcoin? Well, in the short term bullish is simple. Bitcoin must break this level to maybe 61, 62, and pull back. You will see the pullback here, sideways here, and here we will see, if we see a buy signal here, well, we are gonna speculate maybe 63, 64. in 1 day chart, as long Bitcoin is below 60, let me see, $62,000, well, technically speaking, is getting ready to end to, well, downtrend in 1 day chart. The confirmation, the real confirmation of Bitcoin is gonna be actually today. If we see like this Bitcoin closing like this today, there is a very low probability we will see again $60,000 in long time. In long time. Okay, now this is just using price action. As you can see here, in my system, my indicators are very clear with my technical analysis. Now, what is going to happen with all the altcoins? Well, it's simple. Let's talk about the total market cap too. If we see something, let's see if we can see something very interesting here. Well, as you can see here, the total market cap too in 1 day chart is still holding the MA55. It's not looking strong. Why? Because we have this. Okay, so we have bear in 1 day chart and 2 day chart. We have 2 day chart bear divergences here, yellow bars everywhere, 3 day chart bear divergences, 5 day chart bear divergences, weekly chart, all the time frames we have. No, 20 day, no, 20 day because I don't use it. Yeah, 1 day chart, weekly chart. Yeah, well, there is a very high probability this time Bitcoin, sorry, the total market cap too in altcoins finally is gonna break the MA55 in 1 day chart. Since October 2021, all October, all the month was very bullish. Now it's time for correction. So as I said before, if this move to the downside breaks 1.28, be ready because many altcoins will just yeah, they will just not just crash, they will be a smash. Okay, so let's talk about the Bitcoin dominance again. Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance, yeah. Bitcoin dominance in 1 day chart is bullish, of course. Well, we have a buy sell signal here, potential sell signal here. Let me see. Hard to say right now. No, hard to say. I think this is just consolidation again. It's gonna test maybe again 45. Yeah, weekly chart, no sell pressure actually right now. It's just about time. Maybe maybe other month we will see this finally picking up. But this is very concerning. You see this consolidating for more than since May in the lows. Well, when this thing is gonna explode, it's gonna explode super strong. It's gonna be very bad for many altcoins. Very bad. Okay, now let's talk about USD dominance. What is this? Here, okay. The momentum is to the upside here. First test usually is rejection, but this is not rejection, just a test. I am expecting the test to maybe this area MA55, and from there finally we can see this it's getting the momentum to break to the upside like this. So be ready because maybe USD, yeah, this is accumulation. As you can see here, volatility very low, and of course the momentum to the upside here. This is just like this. Just like this. And as you can see, OBB is super healthy. Actually, I like this chart on OBB. It's very bad. It's very bad for Bitcoin. Yeah. Now, usually I don't check altcoins, but I'm gonna check just 3 or 4 because I know they are doing something good. For example, AVAX is still bullish. AVAX actually is doing something I was not expecting. As you can see here, the momentum started here. There is no resistance for AVAX right now, so I will say it's just in a price discovery here. There is no resistance here. When it's gonna stop? When people stop buying, right? Simple. Here in the short term, let me check here. Yeah, AVAX USD here. In the short term, of course, after a pullback, maybe sideways here, another test to the upside maybe. Let me see here. Yeah, one day chart is bullish, weekly chart is bullish. Yeah, I would say if you want to trade altcoins, well, AVAX is one of the strongest one right now. But as I said, following just my rules, I don't trade altcoins because in general, Bitcoin is not healthy, so I don't want to risk. I don't want to trade, like I know it's gonna be risky, so it's not good for me. Okay, let's talk about Cardano. Cardano is one of my leading indicator for the bear market. Okay, as you can see, weekly chart is turning to the downside. Volatility is very low. Weekly chart we are the brains, as I said many times. This is just finally the confirmation, breaking down the MA24, and I'm expecting maybe this week maybe $1 with 50 cents, maybe a week to $1. I will say here in this area is gonna be a buy. It's gonna be a buy, I think so. If you're thinking to start accumulating Cardano, of course, for me, it's super expensive. Still, even $1 for me is too much. But at least for this level, I am expecting maybe a bounce to maybe the MA55 in weekly chart to 1.50 cents, and from there a massive rejection. Because if that happens, if you see something like this, well, Cardano is gonna be the first one to enter in a bear market in weekly chart, even before of Bitcoin. Okay, so let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum, we don't have bear trends in weekly chart, but we have in OBB, and I respect more the OBB weekly chart here. As you can see here, finally the OBB is entering in this bearish momentum, turning to the downside. So in the long term, I am expecting maybe around, same as before, 3,500 is going to be the first target, and the second one is going to be 2,600 if that happens. Of course, now it's the same as Bitcoin. You want to be bullish, you want to see maybe 1 week or two consolidating here, and after that we can start thinking to other tests to the upside. But right now I don't think so. Right now I don't think so. This is gonna take more time, maybe other 3 or 4 days. Remember, 1 day chart is for maybe 10 days. So I think I will be very careful in general for many altcoins, many altcoins. Okay, so now let's talk about other coins. Let me see if I can see something interesting here. Yeah, BNB. I think BNB is gonna be the last one, and after that I think I can finish this video. I am just checking the strongest or the most popular altcoins because they can tell me the overall direction, in general, the macro direction of the market. Same as Bitcoin, is doing exactly the same as Bitcoin. This is just sideways here. Maybe in the next 48 hours we will say, I am speculating maybe other test to the downside here. Around $500 is gonna be the area. The second area is gonna be 430. Weekly chart, well, not looking great actually. Bear divergences here, and also this week, if this coin cannot close above 650 this week, we will see the confirmation of this bear divergence here in weekly chart, and maybe in 2-3 months we will see this coin at 350 or lower. In 1 day chart, same. 4 hour chart, bad, very bad, actually very bad. Hiding bear divergence here in squeeze. This is just a better setup here. Better setup here, this is bad. It's bad. Okay, so let's talk about Solana. Solana. I want to check Solana. Okay. Solana, very nice bounce from this level. Following Bitcoin to 230. Very nice bounce. Now we have correction. If Solana breaks, okay. Solana is still healthy in OBB, so I will say maybe more sideways here. And maybe if we see other down, other leg down, I don't expect to see breaking down this. Actually, I will say maybe this is going to other buy opportunity here, around $200, based on OBB in 4 hour. In 1 hour chart, yeah. I think Solana is still good. Maybe getting ready for the move to the upside. As I said, if I see in 122, maybe it will be a good opportunity in the short term, of course. One day chart. Well, one day chart, maybe if you see Solana holding the MA55 based on the price action I am watching right now, if you see something like this, well, potentially it could be a nice opportunity. I will be, as I said, I am very conservative with this. Why? Because I know if Bitcoin crash, everything is gonna crash in general, right? Weekly chart, okay. We have confirmation of sell signaling weekly chart from here. So in weekly chart, you are holding, well, I am not a financial advisor, but stay away from Solana for a long time. I will say, yeah, 150, first target, second, $80 in the long term. The best scenario for Solana in weekly chart is sideways. I mean, all this price action is sideways here. Yeah, that is going to be the first scenario, the best scenario for Solana in the long term. Okay, guys, thank you for watching and see you next time.